out. That's Dr. Nyaonya Tamakro. Week in, week out, we see how they struggle, especially when they are playing at home. But they seem to be comfortable when they go away. Is that a ploy by head coach Didi Dramani, or he's still struggling to make ends meet for the Phobians? Maybe because of the ban, and so he couldn't, get the players that he so desired. But it looks like the squad that he has, the quality is not there yet.
I think not necessarily the band, because especially when recruitment is done by a coach, and you feel like bringing 4 players could make that much difference. It's not 100% guaranteed.
Okay.
If the recruitment was made by somebody else, and you come in, but after recruiting 30 players, sometimes, mainly from the technical director, I'll be questioning whether we recruited the wrong players.
Okay.
Because it's 30.
Okay.
And basically, we are going to start 11.
Yes.
It means you're going to get a set of 11 of at least 3.
Yes.
And another made a point in earlier submission that who replaces who. So in the process of your recruitment, when you have the chance to recruit over 20 players, that means I shall get in first and second 11. So in less than 6 months, if you are not telling me that we needed to add the squad, please, if you understand the game very well, then there's something wrong. Then we need to go back and question how the recruitment was done. Because what should affect a recruitment is injury.
Yes.
So once we don't have that number of injury, it means our recruitment, there was something wrong with our recruitment.
Sure.
So you could bring in the next 4, because you wouldn't bring in 10 players in the second round. You wouldn't bring in 6 players in the second round. Maximum 4.
Yes.
So if you say because of 4 you're struggling, then there was something wrong in the first round. And I feel the players are here to come into an agreement with the fans at home. It's always comfortable playing away. When your team is not fully built, your team performs comfortably away than when they are playing home. But when you have an all-round team that perform more than average, they don't know away, they don't know home. The home fans rather cheer them up. But if it's an average team, they fear that the supporters may even notify the fault they have in their various teams. But once it's an away game, they have not seen your training session.
Sure.
So they seem to admire whatever you are going to do on the day. But when you are playing home, most people have watched you as training. So they rather be saying that you are doing well at training and you're not doing well on match days. So I feel House of Folk, just keep the advantage where you are now. So next year you can build something.
You can build on
if it's an away game, you are doing well. The points are the same.
Sure.
Even that one game makes it more interesting. It's 3, but when you pick it, you know you are coming home. A point, it puts you on top. So they should just play the advantage.
Maybe that's the advantage Accra Hearts of Folk have, despite the fact that they may not be having a very good season. But at least when they go away, they seem to keep their heads above water.
I think something is not working for them physically and spiritually. Personally, I'm not too comfortable with the training methods and the kind of things the coach impose on the players. When you look at our local league players, when you post a lot of tactics and formation into their head, you end up struggling on match days. You should deal with them as typical local players who are playing in the Ghana Premier League. When they move outside, mindset change. So I think Didi Dramani as a coach is that type of coach that he puts a lot of things on his players. He expecting a lot of things from match days and games in the Ghana Premier League. So they reflect on their games. So look at their home games. Out of 12 games, you've won 5. You've drawn 1. You've drawn 6. Lost 1. And look at the teams that you are drawing against them. Hoho United, Bechem United, Brekum Chelsea.
We'll come and talk about Accra Hearts of Folk,
so it's working against them in some of their games that they are playing.
Once we go through. But today, our focus will be on their arch rivals, Asante Kotoko. They are at home against Vison FC. But thankfully for fans of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, at least the smiles are back on their faces after that painful 0-1 loss to Accra Hearts of Folk at the Baba Yara Stadium. But Kotoko went away and picked up 2 goals and 3 points at the expense of Holy Stars. Then have come back to the Kumasi Stadium where they rightfully belong. The Baba Yara Stadium, I beg your pardon, where they rightfully belong. And today their visitors are Vison FC. And Edward, I'll start with you. What should we look out for in that game? Vison seems to have kept their head above water after joining the Premiership. Won some, lost some, but in my humble opinion, I think that they have exceeded themselves better than their other debutants who came with them. They've also done quite well at home, but this is a tall order for them. They are going to the Baba Yara Stadium.
Big game, and I think, when you look at Vison FC, I watched this particular game, the first leg, when they met at the Tema Newtown Park.
Yeah.
And they play with a lot of energy because the average age in their team is 17. They have players who are 15 years, 16 years.
Okay.
They have players who are 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. So you can see from their game where they play with a lot of energy. Their major problem in their team is having clinical finishes. And it looks like, they are quick in scoring when they get around the 18.
In my team, the name on your chest is way more important than the name on your back.
Get over the blue line. Here comes Youngblood. Shoot it.
A lot of energy. One Ajeto Sowa, one of the key attacking midfielders in the local scene, he's playing well for Vison FC.
Yes.
He was injured in the last 2-3 games. I understand he's back into the team. He'll be available for selection in today's game. So they have a strong team, but Kotoko needs to be careful about their energy and the way they can run for 90 minutes. If you cannot contain that, you struggle against them.
That will obviously be a weapon for them because they are playing against Kotoko, who may also have some young players, but on the average, they're older, as it were. So it means that if you want to take a look at it from the technical bench, what will be the key points to factor when you are playing against one, a former defending champion in terms of the league, two, a former defending champion in terms of the MTN FA Cup, with all the experience acquired and amassed by Kotoko? What will go into it facing them?
I think what goes into it, you identify what you have. And Nana has made the point. If I have players who can stand the game for 90 minutes, that means we're going to be very athletic. We toss the ball around and make sure we move into your half. Pick you one-on-one all the time. We don't stay back to defend.
Okay.
Anytime you defend against an experienced team, you are a young team, you are playing at your own risk.
Okay.
So this Vison team can possess the ball very well. They know how to pass the ball around very well. So all you need to rely on is to rely on your speed. And make sure you play them around the middle, read them and pick them one-on-one. If they can do that exactly, I think it's a game they might be coming home with a draw from Kumasi, if
not a win.
If not a win. And that is what because if you watch the typical Kotoko team now, if you can handle the ball very well, they struggle.
Okay.
If you can handle the ball very well, they struggle.
Okay.
Unless you go into the physical contact with them where they use their physicality and experience to beat you. But once you can pick the ball and use the spaces, you're able to know them around. That is how House of Folk got them in this particular fixture, where they didn't go on 1v1 physique, but they went on, we'll pick the ball and turn you around. So that's exactly what Vison can do against Kotoko.
So we're hoping that Vison can take that advantage and secure points to make their journey back to Tema a more pleasant one, as it were. Let's take a look at the league table so that we'll give you out the fair idea of the importance of why the results are very necessary, because we are drifting slowly towards the end of the season. Mediama are sitting at the top of the table on 45 points. Earlier, 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, I would have said they are sitting there comfortably. But now, there's a lot of breathing on them. One of them is BBNE Gold Stars, who have 42. Mediama have 45. And Accra Hearts of Oak also follow on 40. So the key fixture between BBNE Gold Stars and Accra Hearts of Oak will have a say. Because again, Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Aduana FC both have 38 points. And a win for any of them could push them close to the top 3. Or may even put them in the top 3. And so it's very, very cagey. Kumasi Asante Kotoko 38, Aduana FC 38. Then Samatex are also following closely. They have 36 points. Then Karela are in 7th position on 34. Karela have struggled this season, but at least they've been able to climb up the ladder 1 or 2 notches. Nations FC have 31, and then Heart of Lions have 30. Now, this is just the top part of the table. Look how close the points are. 45, 42, 38, it follows in that order. So, which means that a slip by any of the top teams could give a lower team an advantage to climb. 10th position is Vision FC. So again, a win for Vision today means that they move into the top part of the table. Bechem United are at home. They have 29. Holy Stars also have 29. But following them closely are 3 teams on 27. That's Dreams FC, Swedru All Blacks, and Brecum Chelsea. Brecum Chelsea, Swedru All Blacks, and Dreams FC all have 27. They're all playing home matches. So again, we need to be cautious of the results from those games. If you lose at home, you drop, and that's just the connection. Now, Young Apostles have 26, Hoho United have 24, and 11 Wonders have 9. And so again, the relegation battle is not done and dusted, not just yet, because a slip by any of the 27 points and a win by Young Apostles means that Young Apostles climbs back to where they were before. Gentlemen, this is the nature of the league table. So between now and the end of the season, it's going to be very, very, very cautious and keen. Let's take a look at the battles between the two sides, talking about the last 5 fixtures, so that we can continue with our conversation. We start off first with Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Painful losses to Accra Hearts of Oak and Heart of Lions, but comfortable wins against Young Apostles and Baseke Holy Stars, with 1 draw against Bibiani Gold Stars, means that Kumasi Asante Kotoko would want to go back home and pick up valuable points. They've got the men. They've also had a quick technical change on the bench. But what are some of the points
play in a manner where it will end them a certain result. So it was a good 3 points for Nations FC, especially when they'll be hosting Bechem again this weekend. So they need to pick the 3 points, and then other 3 points. For home, they are solid, but away they've been poor. And this is a very good result for them.
Yeah, their first win away from home this season. Last season, they had the best record away from home, which hasn't really been the case this season. But you'd say it was a psychological game with regards to who wanted it more, looking at 11 Wonders in their position and knowing that they're relegation bound.
Of course, I mean, Nations wanted it more. Where they are is a bit threatened. They need to make sure they secure their place in the league log to make sure that they will not have any issue with relegation. So they needed it more. They needed to pick that 3 points at all costs. And if you look at how they played, clearly show they exhibited a sign of a team that needed a 3 points more than 11 Wonders. 11 Wonders, they are down. They have nothing to fight for. No matter what happened, whether they win or lose, they are relegated already. The only thing are relegated already. So, I mean, Nations proof that they needed a 3 points more, and they exhibited a quality that will enable them to end the 3 points with the end.
But if you're Frimpong Manson, looking at where this team lies, he has also, attained a certain status for himself after winning the league with Gold Stars. How do you build upon that going into the final games of the season?
Well, I think you need to understand that Frimpong Manson find the difficulty. Main season, in the quarter of the season when coaches are changed from Kasim to Frimpong Manson, you need to make sure you are doing structural adjustment. You are making sure that you are positioning players very well, orientation of how you want to play. So it's going to take some time for the players to get adjusted to your new way of doing things, your disciplinary measures. It takes time. So in the course of that, the games are coming thinking fast. You also need to produce results. So it's a very difficult time for you. But the most important thing is that he's got that 3 points. He'll get another 3 points again at home. And they will survive. Nations will survive. There's no point about that. They will survive. And then when he now have the proper role as the head coach, because he came at the time when Kazim Miguel has been sacked, he has to manage results. Now, when he's the one in charge for preseason, he can then be able to recommend quality players that he think can augment the squad to play better like he did for Gold Stars that he won the league. So I foresee Nation doing better next year than performance than this season. This season, you just have to do best to manage the result and get a team still in the Premiership. The next thing you will then improve upon it.
Talking about the first game of match day 24, Friday at the Radio Stadium, where 11 Wonders lost to Nations FC by 2-0. But then it's Sunday special, and we're building up to Kumasi Asante Kotoko against the Vision FC. There's more to come right after this break.
Discover how you can shape the future of our planet with a degree at King's College London.
Sunday special in the venue is the Barbara Sports Stadium. Match week 24 of the Ghana Premier League. It's Kumasi Asante Kotoko hosting Vision FC. One of 8 games happening across the various league centers simultaneously. I will take a look at the fixtures also coming up. But then with the match week 24 started on Friday at the Radio Stadium, where 11 Wonders lost by 2-0 to Nations FC. So that is the story so far. 1 game played already, 8 more to go. Our featured game for today is here at the Barbara Sports Stadium. Asante Kotoko hosting Vision FC. Then Swedro All Blacks, they will be playing Dance Park. Gold Stars against Hartsville. Second up against third. Then Bechem United also entertaining Kaila United at the Nanafusu Jabo Park. Now the standings, Mediama still top of the table, but then the narrative has changed. 2 weeks ago, it used to be 8 points. Now it's down to just 3 points. They're on 45 points. BBL Gold Stars on 42. Accra Hartsville on 40. And then Asante Kotoko 38. Idiana 38. The top 5 separated by just 7 points. Samatex on 36. You have Karela on 34. Nations FC after that win on Friday, it just propels them to 8th place, 31 points. Then Heart of Lions also 9th with 30 points. Now to the bottom half, where Vision FC, they're also in action later today here. They'll be taking on Kumasi Asante Kotoko on 30. And then the drop zone has got Young Apostles, there's Hohoi United, and then also there is relegation bound 11 Wonders. So it's getting interesting and even more competitive in the Ghana Premier League. We're building up to Kotoko against Vision, but it's time to take a listen to the coaches ahead of this game. Yeah, this will be your 3rd game in charge as an interim coach. You went away from home, you picked up a huge win in Winchi. How are you looking at building up on that win?
Yeah, it's not myself, it's the boys. Their morale is up, and I've seen the way they are performing at the training grounds. Me personally, I'm taking it easy, relaxing for them, and if they show signs that they're ready to play, it means, yeah, you're ready to go.
But you're still an interim boss. You know, any decision hasn't been taken yet. as far as your tenure is concerned? You go into every game hoping that you could win, trying to please management as to making a decision temporarily or permanently.
Personally, whatever I want cannot happen unless it's boys. I'm not going to play. They're going to play. So it's me to motivate them to, be able to play. That's what my personality thing is not working here. With the boys, yes, I've seen that, so I'm okay with it.
And what sort of game are you expecting today?
Yeah, we're going to go out, face them as it comes, and make sure at the end of the day we get all the 3 points.
Coach, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You are playing away from home. Your last 4 away games have seen you win at Indiana Wonders. You've drawn at Samatex, Hohoi. How difficult will this one be if you want to continue with that unbeaten streak away from home?
It's not going to be a difficult game. We are taking it as one of the ordinary away games we've been playing, but we are looking at match after match progressively, and that is what we have come here to do. It's not going to be a difficult game for us. We just need to ensure that we are moving from where we played the last game to the next level.
The second round has been pretty impressive from you and your boys. And, what have you changed? What changed right after the first round? And what are you riding on to get the results?
I think it's just two simple things. We realized that the squad we started with for the first round were following our blueprint, but we were struggling in certain departments of the game. So during the break, we just augmented those areas, and that is what has amounted to this. And I think, secondly, the boys have seen how motivating it is to play in the Premier League, and that is what has motivated them, and they have lifted themselves up.
Thank you very much. All the best of luck.
Thank you.
Burton Asari Wilson is assistant head coach, but he's acting in the stead of the head coach, Nana Kweku Ajiman. Earlier on, we heard from Prince Yao. Also, he's also the interim head coach for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. I'm still here at pitchside with Jeffrey. The two coaches have spoken, and it looks like they are both going for it.
Well, it's very important they have to go. And for Vison, you don't blame them. Look, they've caused a stir in the league by visiting Doma.
Right, so that's our rival, and that's the dressing room actually for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, the home side. Neatly arranged their jerseys, and they'll be donning their traditional home colors, the red, with so much spirit. They say
Red Devils.
Yeah, Jeffrey, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so I was saying that look, Vison will come into this game with a lot of confidence because of what they did to Adriana and Doma. No team has been able to beat Adriana and Doma. That was a shocker. They've been able to do that. They've gone to Samatex to pick a draw. They've gone to Hohoi to pick 2-2. So they're coming to this game. Yes, they beat the 11 Wonders, but the 11 Wonders result, I don't normally want to talk about it but at least what is important is they've gone to a play like Doma where nobody has been. For loss, you understand me? At home, this is not like Asante Kotoko. So they need to put up a very quality performance, control the game, create chances, and bury them. So for me, I think
that's their away team, Vison FC. They have an impressive record in the second round, Jeffrey. In their last 4 away games so far, you talk of Vison FC, they've had wins in Doma, yes, and then also against Wonders, and yes, they've drawn away at Hohoi, and then also Samatex. Yeah. How impressive can that be for a team that struggled for a larger part of last season?
Against Azov were fortunate. They created chance. The problem with Vision and Dreams, they'll create all the chances. Their challenge is conversion. Secondly, the momental loss and sometimes elementary mixes at the back that enable them to concede the goal. But when you talk about the game, they play so well. A lot of them are young guys, so sometimes naivety, sometimes inexperience on their part. But when it comes to playing the game with combativeness, physicality, intelligence, and aggression, they are good at that. But those little things are the only problem that sometimes confront them. But they will play. Look, when Dreams played against Kotoko, it was not an easy game for Asante Kotoko. Yeah. You understand me? Dreams had a better chances. And Vison plays similar to Dreams. You understand? So in this game, they are going to worry. They are going to create problem. When you have Meshaka JT will create problem. Ali Mohammed will create problem for you. You understand me? Ali Ridwan will create problem for you. Labi Ibrahim will create problem for. They have players who are very creative and intelligent. Like I said, the small margins are their problem. But apart from that, they will create problem for. They will give Kotoko a good run for their money. And Kotoko need to play above themselves to get the needed points.
History definitely will have a role to play, but this as a form guide for both teams. You have Vision away from home, but Kotoko at home this season. 11 games, 6-1, 4 draws. And guess what? That defeat, the most painful one for them 2 weeks ago when they lost to Hartsville. They've scored 21. That's the most of any team at home this season. They've only conceded 7. Now, you just oppose that to that of Vision away from home. 12 matches, 2 wins. The 2 wins have come in the last 4 away games for them. Then 6 draws, 4 defeats on the road, 9 scored, and they've conceded 16 on the road. Now, you're looking at the numbers and you're thinking, yeah, this could play a part in this game.
Oh, it's reasonably, yes, but every game any dynamics. So you realize that Vision is improving from the first round. They are improving the second round gradually. Their away performance is improving. It means that the coaches have seen the mistakes they have made. They are improving them with time. And that is what makes it even more difficult in today's game. Because when a team is improving and getting good results away, anywhere they go, until you put up a splendid and spectacular performance to beat them, for them, they'll come out at you and go all out. You understand me? So that's the challenge Kotoko will have. Vision, they fear nothing. They are coming into this game, controlling the game, playing very well, beautiful passing football. The only problem when they get to the final third, sometimes you don't know what they are waiting for to smart the ball at the back of the net. And then at certain stage of the game, they'll make a mistake. But Kotoko today, they need to control the game. They need to dominate possession. They need to win the second ball. When you are playing a team that are young players, talented, have great mobility, you need to control the game. To be a bit physical, but reasonably physically aggressive. If you don't do that and they take charge of the game, you'll be in trouble. You'll be chasing the game.
But for a coach like Prince Yao Owusu, we saw him, together with Zito a couple of weeks back. Now the onus lies on him to get the results for this team. How crucial is this game for him?
It's very crucial. I mean, this is Asante Kotoko, for God's sake. I mean, this is a team that believe in win, especially at Baba Yara Sports Stadium. If you're a coach, whichever capacity you find yourself, if you're a coach that you are in charge of the club, you must get the 3 points. This is not negotiable as a coach. And look, you are with your head coach. Your head coach has been sacked because of that inconsistent result. You are in the saddle. You don't have an excuse. You don't have an option. Get the 3 points. That's what it is when you are coaching big clubs like Asante Kotoko. It's the 3 points that matters. No other explanation makes sense to any supporter, anybody.
Footages of the reverse fixture in the first leg. This game ended in a goalless stalemate, a pulsating one. But it was a game you'd say Kotoko created chances, and that was when Zito was actually in the dugout. Now, what has changed for both teams since that draw?
Well, for Asante Kotoko, look, Asante Kotoko's problem has been the most inconsistent. If you look at the top, the most inconsistent back for Asante Kotoko. In fact, the last consistency had to do with that one. Are young apostles in this game. But apart from that, the full backs and the center backs has consistently been changed match after match. That's a problem on it too. For if you look at the midfielder, said Kojo and Prince Bedu now playing. It was not at that. Prince observed that during the Hasbro game when Hussein Mohammed, Abdel Karim, and Opon Frani took charge of the midfield. So he realized that a game against young apostles, he started using Seth Kwaju because without the ball, it's only Prince Bedu that tackles well. So now he has 2 people without the ball that will mop up and pick the second ball. That is what I say. For a team like Vision, you realize that now Abdul Samed, Farouk Mohammed, and then Alassane Zeman are now constant. Either two are not constant. You see Kusi, Asante, sometimes you see Daniel Yemo, but this time at the front 3 is very consistent. And all they need is Meshak Adjete and Alidu Mohammed being in constant form and supplying the ball. They are going to create a lot of wit play and good movement, and they are going to trouble Kotoko back for today.
With Kotoko, you see the setup today, and it's more attacking from them. Coming up against a side like Vision, you've spoken about the fact that they set up like Dreams FC, but they love to hold the ball onto the ball a lot more often. Do you expect Vision to come into this game with the same mindset? Let's hold on to the ball. Let's try to pass the ball and try and advance it.
That is their trademark. That's what they are going to do. They will do that. They will hold up because young players like holding the ball and displaying the ball and working with the ball. They will do that. What is important is you know when to release it into space when the players are moving into pocket of space. Is you know when to release the ball. That's also some of the problems that Vision has had in their matches they play. Yes, holding on the ball is very good, but when do you release the ball? Holding on the ball is not enough. You need to be productive. You need to be progressive. When do I do that? Split-second decision in football is very important. At every point in time, they should know what to do. When do I circulate the ball? When do I give a pass? Who is picking the pass. It's always very important. When you're playing against a team like Asante Kotoko, when you make a mistake, they can punish you with that mistake. So they need to be very cautious, and they need to make sure that they are disciplined, they are resolute, which sometimes they showcase in their matches. So they need to show that. And for Kotoko, like I said, they need to make sure that they are winning every ball, controlling the game. If they don't do that, they allow Vision to take charge of the game, they will struggle to pick the needed balls. And when you are not picking and controlling the game, it's difficult to create chances. It's difficult to send supply to your attackers for them to exploit.
All right. So thanks so much, Jeffrey. We are just some few minutes away from kickoff here at the Barbara Sports Stadium. Kumasi Asante Kotoko taking on Vision FC. It's now time to head to our second and final break. Once we're back, we join the feed with Benjamin Willie Graham, our commentator.
In the hut.
Wonderful afternoon and welcome to the Kumasi Papayara Stadium. Here is Asante Kotoko against Vision FC in the Ghana Premier League match day 24. And Asante Kotoko having had some difficult moment there, a little bit of an inconsistency, management turmoil, technical turmoil, changing of coaches, and now they come here looking to win their consecutive 2 games, perhaps in the Premier League. The last time they did so was against Young Apostles. 2-0. It was the scoreline there for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, but Vision FC do have something up their sleeves there after also posting a 3-2 win against Bechem United in match day 23. That is all about changing, maybe, or maybe not, as the two teams walk out of the tunnel straight onto the pitch there to begin hostilities. Asante Kotoko have had to make sure that at least Prince Owusu sits in the saddle there after the exit of coach Karim Zito. And again, losing to Accra Hearts 2 weeks ago. But they want to make sure that that narration is pretty much changed today. Coming up against a team placed 10th on the Premier League log, Vision FC. Asante Kotoko 4th on the Premier League table. And buoyed by the convincing 2-0 win against Young Apostles, a result that lifted them to 4th place with 38 points and also scoring 30. At making sure that at least the 30 points they've so far amassed in the Premier League log in the last 4 matches, including that impressive 3-2 win against Bechem United. They also remain unbeaten in the last 4 away games, suggesting they will certainly pose a very serious challenge to Asante Kotoko, who just made 2 changes to the lineup there, with Lord Amwa sitting and out of the game here for Justice Amwa to replace him, and also in starting this particular game, there's Marfin Donsu is on the bench for Peter Amiduakwa, who did not start in the match against Young Apostles. So Kumasi Asante Kotoko going the 4-2-4 formation this afternoon, but on the bench as well, you do have Kwame Poku, Lord Hilaria Dabu, and Morphin Jones, as well as Saka Dauda. But interestingly, it was an assist there from the man Albert Amwa, who just returned back to the Premier League after not impressive performance in Libya, and having to see Asante Kotoko getting a goal there with Johnson Opong Owusu, who got the first goal there against Young Apostles. But match official Simoro Usman is there, and it'll be assistant linesman there by Abdullah Halassan, assistant referee 2 being Mukau Fauzan. Other official also in the afternoon's game here is Reginald Collins Amwad, who captains on the pitch now to get us going. Mishak Ajete is the captain for the side there for Vision FC, and also getting the support there for Samba Oneo. Might be out of Asante Kotoko at the end of the season. there's been a lot of talking points about his performance, and of course, being very much impressive, and also having other clubs looking to sign him on to play for them. The man who's currently an interim coach for Asante Kotoko after the exit of Karim Zito, pretty much a very heavy seat for him to deal with. For Vision, they just make one change with Mohamed Samna out of the setup there. He's currently in Europe, and so in replacing him, Sechofia Akwete. Just one change there also for Vision FC, and I expect to see a lot of work there from the top man Farouk Mohamed, and there's a lot of work from Ishak Kajete in today's game. But the back four, Konate, Ali, Labi, and Sanja, expected to be very much solid here against Asante Kotoko. Patrick 24 there for the Porcupine Warriors, and their fans not really in here for the game. And you do want to see the likes of Vision FC working pretty much there and getting the win that they so much deserve there. So the Premier League really is on here. Meetings between the two sides have been really closely contested, with each team recording a win and one match ending in a draw since January 2025. So you're expecting to see a hugely heavy contested fight there between Asante Kotoko and Vision, and Baxter Asari Wilson, Vision FC assistant coach, also here in the saddle for today's game. All is set now for this match, and Asante Kotoko at home. They want to make sure they move up on the Premier League club, but that win here will be a huge advantage for them.
Crucial for them. Talking about Kumasi, Asante Kotoko, especially playing at home right in front of their fans. You know the pressure it comes with. The last time they played at home was a defeat to Hearts of Oak in the Super Clash. They understand the significance of a win here that could really give them a huge boost on the league log.
A tough for finisher. Asante Kotoko be pretty much excited for the fans who do love almost everything here. So we are in here, Asante Kotoko, Vision FC, week 24 of the Premier League, and both teams are looking to work hard. Vision and your traditional mobile trade there. Asante Kotoko on the red. Asante Kotoko trying to push pretty much high. Amidu Wakwa trying to combine effectively with Hubert Jewu. Asante Kotoko do have the first offside call against them, and that's how they intend to start this game here. Peter Amidu Wakwa did sell out a match against Young Apostles, get the starting role today.
Yeah, simply impressive from them. You know, trying to start on the front foot. It looks much more like an attacking setup, but right call there. A fraction offside there, and he'll be playing from the right hand side. He would always give Konate a run for his money in that role. Very pacey, tricky as well.
Things the Vision FC coach they speak about was the fact that they're not going to be conservative in today's game, and all they seek to do today is ensure that they're able to get the win and surprise most of the fans that are watching. The first score there for Asante Kotoko. Always getting the calls there.
Yeah, that was the foul. Albert Abwa, nudge, had his back, and they would really be keeping tabs on him. He's not really been so flamboyant since his return. Scored, a wonderful goal when they beat Basake Holy Stars here, but since then it's just been a bit more quiet.
They have a lot of players just behind the ball this afternoon and trying to go with a left-footed effort. Asante Kotoko once again said Kojo just not able to pick up the players up front. You expect to see a lot of work there from the likes of Albert Amo is back into the Asante Kotoko setup there, but once again Patrick Asiedu and also having Samba O'Neill of Hussein Zakaria and Joseph Anwar at the back. Asante Kotoko said Kojo, and also having Amidu Wakwa now sitting in the midfield, but there's switch of play there because Jewu is definitely going to join the likes of said Kojo at the heart of midfield. Emmanuel Entry on the 10th shirt there for Asante Kotoko, also having a starting role this afternoon. It's a lovely play here for Vision, and now trying to find a way to get the ball into the box. And now they may also try to get something going. One of the best of effort there for Vision FC. Ridwan Ali was late in arriving in the box. Some quality and a piece of work there from Johnson upon a whistle. It's Joe's long ball here. Being repelled beautifully by Vision. And defensively, they want to be pretty much stable and trying to ping the balls around among themselves. The likes of Mohamed Alidu also in the heart of midfield. And again, having a Chika Siedu also playing a role there in terms of right foot back and left foot back position. The laterals of Asante Kotoko, sometimes a little bit of changes there, and so it becomes the inconsistency in how they try to deal with the scenario. Lord Amora also coming. They also sitting down and entry here. Chika Siedu has been picked up here. I want to send a long ball forward. I was looking for some opportunity, and Kotoko may have the first goal off the crossbar, and it's been cleared. That was a very quality play there from Asante Kotoko, and who else will be the man doing that job there? Albert Amwa.
Yeah, we spoke about it, how dangerous he is. He's always a threat. You just don't take your eyes off him. And at that instance, I think that was a bit more sloppy there from Ridwan Ali. I just looked like he had a chance to head that one out, and he just couldn't. And that ball falling right in front of Amwa. As well to lift it, but a bit too heavy there. Just a bit too heavy, missing the target. With the crossbar to the rescue there. Very, very fortunate, but you always get punished when you defend sloppily like Ali did. Should be doing better, be clearing that one. Perhaps infield.
Again, an early goal there for Asante Kotoko might be settling the nerves there for the fans who feel they had to go down pretty much early in the match against Folk. What they expect to see is having a team going forward and almost getting the goals that they deserve. It's been pretty much difficult there. Guam Poku is one player. The fans are expecting a lot of work there from him. It's a return from injury. And coach is trying to make sure that Alizi gets his cards to his chest in the match here against Vision FC, with themselves also looking to be very much of a thorn in the flesh of Asante Kotoko this afternoon.
Yeah, they would really want to frustrate Kotoko. They love to hold on to the ball, but you're looking at the quality in midfield, that midfield trio, of Kojo, Hubert J, and then also Emmanuel G would really want to possess the ball as well. There's so much quality in between them, and you have those two number 10s in Hubert J, and then also Emmanuel G trying to connect with the attackers.
One of the players that some of the fans sometimes do complain about here is Kamara, sometimes not able to stamp his imposing figure in the game. And Johnson, Kongo Wusu also giving the ball away very cheaply there for Fishing to start the attacking play. And not able to continue the play there with Sochifia. He's also replacing. So now Mohamed. Fishing do have just about 3 players who are out of the country now. And the latest player to join the Exodus is some now who scored a goal here against Chem United in match day 23. Veteran forward here is Vishin. Definitely do have a foul here. Pretty much an early incursion there for Vision FC, at least trying to make sure that they make their presence known. The backline, Asante Kotoko, foul committed. Asante Kotoko's Hussein Zakaria was at the back there with Samba O'Neill.
Yeah, just all around. Farouk Mohammed. That was a clear foul, a bit more aggressive there, but see the movement of Farouk Mohammed, loves to drop deep sometimes, and you'd always have to be careful with him. He knows how to draw defenders out of position. At that point, you could see trying to just hold on to that ball, waiting for support.
Now they try with a long ball, and Kamara would want to see this ball going out of play. It's going to be a corner kick, the first corner kick of the afternoon to the visitors, Vision FC.
I was trying his luck from a distance. Not a bad ball, but you credit the wall. Your back, Master Asante Kotoko, neatly set, does its job.
Corner kick, Vision FC. Emmanuel Sanja just behind the ball. Got a lot of players just trying to crowd the goalkeeper, and that's more like it from Arsenal, or perhaps maybe Everton in the English Premier League. But
yeah,
most teams are beginning to employ the tactics of crowding the goalkeeper and trying to make sure that they make life very uncomfortable for him. And that's what's happening. Ball sent in. Kamara is in there. The referee trying to find a way to rescue Asante Kotoko's goalkeeper in that scenario.
Yeah, we talk about a new trend. Yeah, as far as set pieces are concerned, you just love to crowd a 6-yard box. We've seen how have its players always, move to the far end and then try to attack the ball whenever, it's been affected.
A very poor ball there. Asante Kotoko just gave the ball away. Amidu Akwa and Vison trying to come in quickly. He's playing a Emmanuel Sanja, the right full back position there for the young man. Another ball drifted into the box. Asante Kotoko would have a chance now. And now they might have to try this. It's going to be a corner kick. And again, what a strike there from Johnson Opomo Wusu. Scored a goal against Young Apostles, a second. Well, the first goal there he scored. Samba O'Neill's got a second goal, but again, there's the effort there in the box.
The second time so far in this game, we've seen sloppy defending by Vison FC. That's right, turn it to a chance for Kotoko. Earlier on, it was Albert Amwa whose effort came off the crossbar. At this time from Johnson. Just trying to just hit that one with some venom. Vison FC is suspicious whenever they try to clear the ball from the back.
Vison did say that you're not going to make life that easy for Asante Kotoko. Oh, that's it. To have a serious corner into the near post. Speared out there for a throw-in.
Albert Amwa looked like the target there. Well, good defending at company at that point.
Serious advertised the long throw to the 18-yard area. Asante Kotoko do have a player down. Another Vison player going to defend his line. Sieru drops the ball down. He's got 3 players to take on. And there's a push down for a foul here. Definitely was looking for that foul and did have it. Mohamed Awudu.
And he's already switched positions. Whenever there's a set piece, this time Asiru, the left back, finds himself in at the right-hand side of the Kotoko attack. Well, he does well. He knows that definitely that tackle was going to come. Set himself up for it.
Entries ball into the box once again. 2 Vison players just going in there to defend the lines. Miduako just late in arriving. And goalkeeper, Godwin Ametefe, just dealing with it. Vison do have Zaidan Al Hassan and Mohamed Awudu sitting right in front of the back 4. And also get some bit of support there from Shak Ajete, just sitting right in front of Farouk Mohamed, but getting support from the wings there. Sechufia is there, and Abdul Asiru Sumaila playing a part there, goalless at the moment. Rabi Asante Kotoko trying to defend the lines. Another ball into the far side, and now Vichy may want to see if they can have the first goal, steering themselves away. A little bit of a push there into the referee, Samba O'Neill. So I will do once again with almost everything, throwing almost everything into the game there.
Yeah, it was a brilliant move from the right-hand side. Lovely ball into space there for Sumaila to hit it. Try to crop the cutback into the 6-yard box, but at this time you have a Sieru exposed 2v1 situation. Nothing he could have done, but that intervention by Zakaria Husseini. The notch at the back, and Farouk really troubling them already with his runs and positioning.
Ridwan Ali here, and now finds Labi. Long section ball to the right hand side, and Ishak just dropping the ball down. I was going to see a lot of lovely piece of work for Sochafia. We're expecting a call there from the referee. Not able to get that. Miduaka was a target here. It's been repelled by Vison. Comes Joseph was left-footed cross. Johnson. Entry for Asante Kotoko. I'm trying to make sure they consolidate almost all the efforts in midfield. Asante Kotoko not trying to give Vison any space at all, but Vison do also have very quick players, likely to also pounce on any loose balls and begin to release the wingers to attack Asante Kotoko.
Yeah, there's quality in midfield for them, Asante Kotoko. When you have Hubert Jewu, you have Emmanuel Inchi, and then also Seth Kojo, providing cover. It's always quality over there, and that's what they are doing now. It's the strength of the team, and they are hoping that they could have these midfielders try and find other men in open spaces. You have Johnson playing from the left hand side, Albert Amwa through the middle, and then also Peter Amiduako also playing through the right hand side, and that's where you need to feed them with the right balls to make it simple for them. But for quality, it's there. They would always give you that.
Asante Kotoko just conceding as many as 15 goals in the Premier League. Peter Amiduako here looking to find some bit of space and running, unable to do that.
You're expecting, a quality ball through to them, especially for someone like Albert Amwa. Yeah, he loves to run, he loves to press all the time without the ball, still efficient, but you don't want him to waste energy through the channels all the time. You always want to feed him with the best balls.
Seventeen minutes or so gone, and very surprised yellow card already picked up by the hard-working centre-back for Asante Kotoko. Well, the 15 goals conceded for Asante Kotoko makes them the fourth best joint defensive side, with Nidiema after Hearts with 7, Samatex with 11, Nidiana FC with 13 in terms of teams who have conceded less in the Premier League. And Fishing to have a player that needs to be attended to so far. And somehow he's not really happy with the yellow card received.
Yeah, but I think it was the right call.
Teachings going on there.
Yeah. So, tactical, information being relayed to him. He needs it in midfield. It's the first time you are actually watching Joe pair Emmanuel Inchi in that role, and you'll be expecting quite a lot more from them in that position, especially both of them being good passers of the ball. They also have the ability to advance the ball very well.
Joe Patrick Asedu. Always looking for the long balls there to pick up. Top mass man. Amwa. Able to control well to Johnson, and now entry. Spreading play down to the right hand side for Joseph Amwa. Look, we're now pinging the balls pretty much neat and simple, just around the 18-yard area of Vision FC, and Peter Amiduako given the chance now, trying to cut in here, but intercepted there by Vision Vishak. It's going to be a foul here against Asante Kotoko.
Yeah, that was a bad turnover. They moved the ball so well. Short, intricate passes, all being orchestrated by Peter Amiduako from the right-hand side, but just don't lose the ball at that point. That was a good way to win the ball by Ajetisua. Sticking a leg in there. We've not really seen much of him, but he's also playing right behind the attacker Farouk Mohamed in that hole. Quite a lot will be expected of him, especially when it comes to creativity and linking up play with a two wide man.
Again, too many calls there coming in. Another card being given to Asante Kotoko here. Here's a Kwete. And two defenders of Asante Kotoko on the yellow now. First player to be booked was Samba O'Neill and Patrick Asedu, also receiving the yellow card. Interestingly, that's certainly going to create a much destabilized defensive line there for Asante Kotoko, having the lateral, the left full back on the yellow card just after 17 minutes of play gone, and Samba O'Neill, they sit on a very tight rope.
Yeah, they are. It's all coming in the space of 2 minutes. You just don't go into tackles, in that reckless manner. It's quite needless from him.
Vision in control. A lot of balls whipped into the box, and it's going to be Asante Kotoko's just a former just allow the ball to go away. And so far, the Porcupine Warriors have scored 30 goals in the league, making them the second best scoring side after Medema with 32. Entry. Now Samba O'Neill. And confirmation of the yellow card there to Patrick Asiedu. O'Neill.
Not a good time to get yourself booked, especially after having Samba also booked a minute earlier. It slows you down a bit, especially if you're lateral. It takes away some confidence. You wouldn't have that confidence, to launch into tackles now, to bump forward. Now you need to be very, very careful for the remainder of this game. So good for the defense of Kotoko.
Asiedu wearing 17 shirts, go booked in the 17th minute.
Ironic.
Good play. Asante Kotoko Johnson here. And pushed up the ball there. Vison beginning to find some quality and confidence in controlling the game. Asante Kotoko again, very sloppy. And the attacking move and allow Vison to pick up possession. Begin to also find space and looking to hit the ball with the outside of his foot there. Goes off the line. We're throwing advantage of Asante Kotoko.
It looks weird. With that technique, you'd always want to execute it. It always looks spectacular when executed. At that point, Fakete trying to use the outside of his foot to just hit that one into space for Farouk, who was trying to advance into the channel.
No ball here. Want to kick advantage once again to Porcupine Warriors. And last time Asante Kotoko played Vison, they defeated by 4-1. And the last time they met here at the Papayara Stadium, Rampoku, Hibe, Joe, Peter Midwaka, all of them are starting today's game. All scored 4 in open play against the Vison side with Morfin Donsu. And then Johnson Owusu as well, Hibe, Albert Amwa. All of them have scored.
The last touch coming off Albert Amwa there. They're trying to win that one against Nafios Konate. You think he came from an offside area. They're trying to win that ball.
Joe, quality play has been pushed from behind by Mishak Achete. Trying to express his innocence there to the center referee, Imoro.
Not seen much of him, in the attacking sense. Mishak Achete playing right behind Farouk Mohammed. A couple of tackles from him. That one, thinking was a bit clean, but he's putting a lot of energy into the defensive duties now, helping with the pressing without the ball.
Taylor Alasan. Sanjap to Zaydin Alasan here. And again, it just get the ball away, and Asante Kotoko will just have to move in quite well as they walk into the path of our Vison. Expecting to see some bit of work there from Amidu Akwa in the box, and again, ball taken off his feet. And Vison will have to come in. Things you expect to see there from the side is a performance, and is always being rewarded, and Vison seem to be coming in with something spectacular.
And we are growing in confidence minute by minute, especially having 2 of the Kotoko defenders booked. It's allowing the attackers to play with some freedom. This time again, we've seen Meja Ajete dropping deep, trying to begin that transitional play for them. He was being halted, but Seth Kujo himself has been tasked to shield the back 4 of Kotoko in this game. Another aggressive play this time on Joseph Amwa.
Again, it's going to be one of the games Asante Kotoko fancy a win. if they have any chance of being in the top 4 of the Premier League. And Samba O'Neill here. He's Kotoko's top scorer this season with 5 goals in the league. And interestingly, centre back is the one who's in the goal scoring there too. And timely interception there coming in beautifully from Ridwan Ali. And showing that Kotoko do not create any havoc there for the visitors here.
Yes, you rightly said it. Top scorer. He's also the leader of this team. Always commanding the back, coordinating everything there. Whenever he's not in the setup, you could feel his absence.
Just as one more. Here comes the corner kick. Left-footed ball into the far post. And Asante Kotoko would have to deal with this one. But the quality save there from Godwin Amatefe. And the centre referee just seeing a little bit of a push there.
It's been the situation all afternoon. Quite a lot of fouls. Each time there's a dead ball situation, especially with the corner kicks. That time was Amatefe who does well, had his eyes on the ball, not missing that one. Just had to fist that way for drawing contact there.
Mido Aqua with that time control. Patrick Castillo's ball. And Johnson in there. Can't bit into it. Asante Kotoko trying to retain possession just around the 18-yard box of Vison. Just a far more. Controls back to Samba O'Neill. Oh, lovely play now from Samba O'Neill. Quality and confident play from the centre back. And now Asante Kotoko do have a free kick just around the good areas. That Kojo was the man who was put down. Entry's ball. And again, in control beautifully, Amidu Ankwa. And he wins it back for Asante Kotoko. Goes round player. And it is going to be a moment for Asante Kotoko. And Johnson's ball has been well parried away by goalkeeper Amatefe. And that's the pressure Asante Kotoko is really pounding on Vison FC.
Yeah, something we've not seen all game. It was a transition, a quick one, but brilliant pass from Albert Amwa to the feet of Johnson. Was in space over there. No one marking him. Does well to just hit that one, and Amatefe have to put everything behind that ball.
Set piece to the far post once again. Asante Kotoko has been headed down once again. And there's going to be a counter-attack here. Asante Kotoko able to retain possession. But again, the combination between Albert Amwa and Johnson effectively worked when Johnson scored from the same precise ball sent in there from Albert Amwa in the match against Young Apostles.
They have quality as a synergy, the chemistry between the two, and that's one thing Albert Amwa gives you whenever you play him through the middle. He has the ability to draw in the other attackers together with a link-up play, and we saw it how they transitioned that ball quickly, something we've not seen them do. The energy with which they play with, especially when they are counter-attacking. It's been a bit slow, but that one was a bit more promising from them.
On the ball again, and some of the crosses coming in from Asante Kotoko can be very quality, but again, it's been hard they've been able to deal with it. Asiedu has been fouled here, and again, Asante Kotoko will be thinking that's the trophy up. And Peter should be booked.
Yeah, and the protest from all the players now, thinking that was an obvious push there. Just barged into Asiedu. He should be fortunate.
Absolutely.
Lenient on that occasion, I think.
Only time Asante Kotoko lost at home this season was against Hearts of Folk. Lost by a goal to nil. They picked up 6 wins at home and drawn 4 in their last 11 home games. Scoring 21 and conceding just 7 at home as well. Asante Kotoko. Interestingly, they've also had to do a lot of work there in the last 5 games in the Premier League. I'm expecting to see a lot of quality work for Vision FC. They've won 7 matches and drawn 9 and lost 7, scoring 25 goals and conceding the same amount of goals as well. 12 away games this season. They picked up only 2 wins, drawn 4 and also losing 6.
Yeah, and they had to turn the corner, in the second round. Their last 4 games away from home, they've been quite, impressive. 2 wins, 2 draws.
Good play there from Ishak Kajete. Quality work, looking for Farouk in the box. Trying to retain possession beautifully, neat and simple. Zaidan Al-Hassan also making sure that his presence is felt around the midfield. Perhaps we're expecting at least the team to have picked up the first goal as early as possible, and the bench of Vision. So Silly Okran and Belmin. They play a lot of spaces there for Seth Kojo to at least control their affairs. Just as he's venturing forward with another long ball to the right-hand side, expecting Johnson Pongawusu to walk into the box now. And quality defensive work from Ridwan Ali. Just show the goalkeeper, Godwin Ametefe is able to pick it up. And here comes Ibrahim Labi. And finds Sanja. And here comes Mohamed Awudu. It's Farouk here. Sanja. And then the confidence with which they are trying to control first there. Awudu back to Sanja. Imano. And look at the way Vision not under any pressure at all, controlling the game. Farouk here. And Asante Kotoko give the ball away. And again, a lovely strike from outside the box now. And there's Sophia Quetis. Excellent strike. Left-footed one there, but you have Kamara there to equally save the scenario.
Excellent goalkeeping, but they are oozing confidence now, Vision FC, and that's largely due to the fact that Kotoko are allowing them space on the ball, too much space on the ball, and they're able to change the passes together, and they're moving it into dangerous areas. It's so easy for them, to make an entry into the attacking third, and it's always worry for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. But that hit by Kitty on the 10 was just a lovely hit, but equally a good goalkeeping there by Kamara.
Just half an hour gone here at the Babayara Stadium. Still goalless between Kotoko and Vision FC. Big 24 of the Premier League. And a lovely pass now to Peter Midwaka, able to control that, but it's being cleared by Emmanuel Sanja. I'm just trying to make sure that at least likes of Albert Amwa always in control. Asante Kotoko again giving the ball away to Zaidan Al-Hassan. And on the right-hand side, surging forward. And a piece of work from Vision. The side will normally create problems for Asante Kotoko in the Premier League. Lovely work there from Ali. Flag stays down, and Vision Mishak Achete. And to the rescue there is Mohamed Kamara. But again, a very excellent pass there, just making sure that precisely the knives just passing through a batter.
It's a pass for
look
me.
at that.
It's
Just
a pass
look at
for me.
that.
Lovely defense split, and no one saw it coming. All the defense that's square there. No one just saw it coming. But quick thinking on the part of Kamara to just come out now with the angle again, and he should be scoring that with ease. But what a lovely pass that was! Just brilliant.
The very first time Vision have come close to scoring in the game. The very first opportunity was Asante Kotoko's Albert Amwa's header creating the goal post. It's going to be Midwaka. Sometimes do have some contract talks for Asante Kotoko as whether it's going to renew or not. It's been a lot.
At Vistaprint, we print signs so people can see your brand up close. But we also print signs so that people can see your business here, see it here, and see it here, so you stand out. Even when they're way back here. Get 20% off signs and banners at Vistaprint.ca.
Seth Kojo. Always looking for the defense splitting passes there. I'm not really lucky about that. And Asante Kotoko once again back to winning possession. And again, a lit ball there for the referee. Respite there for Vison, and you can see that from the coach. Very excited with a call there from the referee as well.
Yeah, not happy with the challenge on this player there. Again, showing too much of the ball. And lovely skill and set Kujo right behind him. Okay, I was there. Only one, but it was a contact, the impact, of that arm of Joseph Amwa catching Farouk Mohammed is still causing problems. They're just struggling to deal with his movement now. Not so stationary. Loves to move often, creating space for Mijak Ajete, who made that earlier round we saw, into space, and that's due to the clever positioning of Farouk Mohammed.
Benchy. They find space down the left-hand side. Here comes Zidane Larson. Space down for Emmanuel Sanja. The play trying to look for space to hit the long ball. Kamara failing to deal with it the first time, but collecting the second. Vison have scored 9 and conceded 6 on the road this season. 12 games away this season. And you see the confidence with which they believe that they can actually hit Asante Kotoko. And that's what they're doing.
Yeah, they struggled at home, Kotoko. They've struggled at home in some of the games. They've played that 0-0 draw. They played against Beckham Chelsea, one of the games where you think they should have won. In their last home game, it was a defeat where they failed to score. They failed to make the chances they created count. So if you're a Vison side coming here, you'll be thinking, yeah, I just need to play well with what doing currently. And, obviously, we've seen Kamara pull out some good saves. And for me, he's been their most consistent player in this game so far. He's really kept them in the game at this point.
Oh, the only man up front there for Asante Kotoko for most of the long balls given. He's not really a top player, but almost trying to find him. Consistently, they've been doing that and not working. Here comes Farouk. He's got the career to beat, and slightly he was able to get the ball off his feet.
Yeah, he does well to stay with him. Farouk, such a tough customer now.
Again, it's going to stumble Neil's interception there. The goalkeeper able to pick it up before that.
Talking about qualities.
I tell you what, Sambo Neil is telling the teammate that they're walking too much.
Yeah, they're playing at a walking pace now. We're talking about the pressing without the ball. It's lethargic. And, sometimes it's just about how you win the ball. The energy you use in winning the ball is the same energy you transition with. And for Kotoko, in this game so far, it's been non-existent. And Samba clearly isn't happy with that. You look at the demeanor of the coach as well. He's not really happy with that so far. The attitude, energy levels really dropping.
Okay, take a shot there of Vison Mishak Ajete here. Fancying a long drive there, Mishak. And split the ball to the far side. I will do here. Another ball lifted into the box, and now Farouk was there. And again, it's been well picked up beautifully there by goalkeeper Mohamed Kamara. And again, it's very good play there from Vison twice. They really come close at hurting Asante Kotoko.
And really prove it. They're asking questions of the Kotoko defense. And, there's too many spaces, too much spaces for them, to just try and attack. This time, another ball from a bit more deep. It was a lovely cross, sweet cross, eluding every single Kotoko defender. I think execution had no precision. It just head straight to Kamara. Just going to deal with that.
Go again. The team that really has the potential of getting a